So I know I just said I probably was never going to get a chance to review the Earthrise / Kingdom Mirage mold, but this is less a review and more of a comparison. So welcome to the first episode of Transformers Versus. Like I said, this is going to be an exclusively Transformers channel. Soon enough I will get to more stuff, but right now I'm focusing on Transformers. But for the first episode, I went with someone kind of different. I didn't go with Optimus or Bumblebee or Megatron or anyone that seems like a normal choice. I actually went with someone that's kind of close to me because it's one of the first Transformers I got. It is Siege Mirage versus Kingdom Mirage. Now, funny story about the Siege Mirage. I was just transforming it because I start in vehicle mode, and I was thinking to myself, wow, this is really sturdy, clear plastic as it's held on for this long. And then I think I broke a tab off like a second later. So, yeah, that was kind of funny. But let's compare the vehicle modes. So first off, as you can see, I have the weapons on. I think the weapons look good on them, but we will remove the weapons for vehicle mode comparison. Here they are together. There we go. As you can see, the Earthrise is a little longer, which makes sense. The Siege has a top over the canopy and a larger spoiler, as well as just in general kind of different proportions because it's Siege. It's supposed to be Cybertronian, and the Earthrise one is a little longer, like I said, but it's got smaller spoiler. It's got an open canopy where you can see I'm guessing that's supposed to be the steering wheel. It's got the fenders, no fenders technically, but overall they both look really good. They both roll really well. I think this one might be wrong because it's not rolling as well as it should be, but this one, actually, yeah, this wheel is being difficult. But yeah, they do look good together. But let's get the transformation. We'll start with Siege. So here's Siege Mirage. We'll start with his transformation, as I just said. And these are actually very similar transformations. So first thing you want to do is pop this up and then separate the legs. Flip these up, fold the tires and fenders in. At least I think they're fenders. And fold it all together like that. Let me show you again. Put it all together. There's the legs. Then I just realized you can't see. Fold the head up like that. Fold the wheels in like that. Fold the spine and make sure it clicks into place. Fold the arms like that. And fold the arms like that. I like to keep the spoiler kind of up like that and fold the hands out. And there is Siege Mirage. Next up is Kingdom. Kingdom / Earthrise, because we all know it's probably supposed to be an Earthrise figure, but turned into Kingdom. So same thing. You kind of want to untab this, but we'll start with the legs again. As you'll see, they're very similar transformations. This one kind of tabs in a little bit. This one kind of tabs in a little bit better, but that might just be because, like I said, I think I just broke broke one of the tabs off the Siege version. So, yep, same thing. Fold everything together. Spin the legs around like that. This clicks in a little better. Fold. This one, I actually have a QC issue where this likes to pop off. But it's not popping off now. One of them likes to pop off sometimes. But there we go. And is that correct? I think that's correct. And next up, we want to pull up the arms like that and then rotate them like that. Open this up, fold the head out, close it back up, fold the wheels in, collapse the spine, and then collapse the shoulder areas. Kind of adjust the spoiler to however you want it. They're on pins this time. They're on like sideways pins instead of the other way pins. I'll show you that in a minute. But there's Kingdom Mirage. It looks good, I won't lie. Sorry, I had an itch. But yeah, I only just realized it's a little off. But there is Siege Mirage versus Kingdom Mirage. And they both look really good, I'm not gonna lie. I remember Perspective End, I'm a big fan of Perspective End. I remember him saying that this looks like Heavy Combat Mirage, which I can kind of see, but it still just kind of looks the same to me. But the one interesting thing about these is that the head sculpt is the exact same. Focus. 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 There we go. As you can see, the head sculpt is very Mirage. I really like this head sculpt. I really like Mirage. I think he's cool. But as you can see, the head sculpt on that one and the head sculpt on this one is either extremely similar or straight up the same thing. I think it's straight up the same thing, though. So yeah, very similar or the same. I'm not really sure. The articulation has a couple of differences, but first off, so we'll get to that. Oh, both heads are on ball joints. This one's a little tight. There we go. You can kind of see it. But they do have different versions of butterfly. This one, the Siege one, has a butterfly like that. But the Kingdom, you actually have to pop this up and then do it. But they both do have butterflies. They both have standard arm articulation, wrists for transformation. I'll show the same thing here. Arm, in and out, so bicep, I think, and wrist, shoulder. They do have different, like I said, they have different versions of the shoulder pads. This one goes up and down, and this one goes side to side. It's similar but different. They both have waist rotation, which is kind of surprising. Because if you saw of course you saw the transformation. I don't know why I'm saying if you saw the transformation. But they're both similar. And then again, legs the same. My legs are a little loose on my Siege Mirage. I've had this since it first came out. Rotation, back, forth, knee. I already said rotation. Up and down foot. Or toes, I don't really know. And ankle rocker. Same thing on Kingdom. Rotation, up, back, knee, back, forth, rocker. But so yeah, they basically have the same articulation other than the spoiler sections. And I don't really mind that. I think it's good that they're similar because you don't really want to screw up the second release. We will get to that. Well, about now, actually. I'm not saying that the Kingdom Mirage is bad. It's just it has one glaring flaw that everybody knows. So first off, let's bring the accessories in for Siege. The first thing you'll notice for the differences is that this one is painted black. The Kingdom Mirage's missile launcher is not painted black, which is kind of bothersome, but I don't really mind. There's the gun. And as you can see, plug the shoulder rocket in, gun in his hand, and then he's all armored up. However, Kingdom has a very big flaw. And if anyone knows this figure, has this figure, or watched a review on this figure, you know what the flaw is. So as you can see, it's not painted black, but I don't really care compared to what's the problem is. There is no peg for the shoulder launcher. Now, my solution, there's a peg right here on the back of the arm. So my solution is put it right there, and then maybe, oh yeah, like put it like that, but it doesn't really work as well. It's okay, but it doesn't really look that great. Same thing with the gun. Gun in his hand, gun here, boom, armored up. But it just doesn't look as good as the Siege one, in my opinion, and I think everybody else has that same opinion. But I'm not saying it's a bad figure. I'm just saying that that glaring flaw kind of makes it kind of less to me. But I'm not saying it's bad. I've said that like 5 times already. But well, maybe not 5, like 3 times. But they both look really good. I do like both figures. They both have good articulation, good sculpting, good transformations. They're both actually really good figures. But I think for the first episode of Versus, I'm going to have to give it to Siege. Just because of that flaw with the shoulder cannon and the smaller, well, no, I guess the smaller spoiler would be better. But the Siege has, in my opinion, it's just a little bit better. If you think otherwise, that's fine. But in my opinion, maybe it's just nostalgia for me because, like I said, I've had this since it first came out. But I think the Siege is better, probably mostly because of the solar rocket thing. But other than that, I'm just going to say Siege is better. So if you're looking for a Mirage, either's fine. If you want a Cybertron display, get the Siege. If you want the Earth display, get the Earthrise. Oops. If you want an Earth display, get the Kingdom. But yeah, overall, I do like both of these, and I recommend both. But that's the first episode of Versus. Next time on Versus, we will probably look at the other guy who was slowly done after. Next time, maybe. This is a large maybe. I am going to continue Versus, but I'm just kind of guessing who's going to be next. I'm guessing the next one's going to be Sideswipe because he was the other guy that the Earth mode got delayed until Kingdom. So if it's not Sideswipe, then we will get to Sideswipe soon enough, but expect it to most likely be Sideswipe. But that's the Versus of Kingdom, not Sideswipe, Kingdom versus Siege Mirage, and thank you for watching.